Shalom. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem HaKadosh, and the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Amna Walla from Gemma, Chicago, and this is going to be a quick lesson about wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Will be the stability in the times that we're coming in, right? And here, the economy is collapsing, all right before our eyes, all right. And one of the signs that this economy is collapsing, one of the signs that the U.S. dollar is losing its value is by gold skyrocketing, gold and silver skyrocketing, hitting a record high, and that's because these tariffs are now going into effect. All right, hyperinflation is getting ready to kick in, and now you have people relying on gold and silver. All right, and yeah, gold and silver is real money according to the scriptures. Gold and silver, all right, lamb, sheep, all right, bullocks, buffalo. People basically owning land and the crops and basically owning cattle. All right, all that is real, real money, so to say. Real currency. But yeah, gold prices are hitting a record high. Same thing as with silver. All right. But hey, none of these materialistic things, right? These visible things that you see, in your hands, and ain't gonna deliver you from the day of wrath. All right. Here's Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. Because hey, as this economy is collapsing, all right, people are gonna be losing their jobs, not gonna be able to afford their utility bills and groceries. All right, people are gonna be, starving, paying more for the groceries, and these people, the majority of these people, they're gonna rely on their gold and silver. They're investing into gold and silver, but hey, that ain't gonna deliver them from the day of wrath, because ultimately civilization is just collapsing, right? Well, people are here dying and killing each other because of the lack of food. Nobody's gonna be, trying to trade for gold or silver, at least for, a little moment. But things are gonna get so drastic and real lethal out here that nobody's gonna be caring about, paper dollars, and especially gold and silver. Of course, there'll be a barter system, but the last thing that will be in these people's minds is these physical useless items like gold and silver. All right, the people are going to be more, they're going to rely on a barter system, relying on a barter system to trade for food, right? Medical supplies, medicine. But here's Ezekiel 7:19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowls, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. And that's right. Gold and silver, all right, is not going to deliver these people from the day of wrath. Where the scriptures also tell you that riches profit not in the day of wrath. Proverbs 11:4, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. And that's right, Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Right? The Lord is only going to deliver His elect. All right, because they're following the ways of Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai. They have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is going to be thy stability in thy times. All right. This is where our faith is at. Is in the scriptures. All right. This is the word of the Lord that we rely on. Isaiah 19:15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And that's right. As this economy is collapsing, and when civilization, starts to collapse, people are gonna lose their jobs. And if you ever watched, where's one example? If you ever watched the movie Civil War, all right, 2024, all right, you basically have a civil war in America. All right, people really just relied on a barter system, right? Not so much in dollars. People would, people are divided in that movie. But you don't see anybody working at all. You just see a lot of murdering, all right, a lot of lawlessness, and people are not gonna be relying on no gold or silver, all right. People are gonna be, looking to get fresh water, food. The last things that's gonna be in these people's minds is gold, silver, money, right? People are not gonna, want that shit. But nonetheless, the only thing that's going to sustain the elect is just wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, right? Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wage of Ophir. And that's right. The Lord is going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Why? It's because the elect man has this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right, of the scriptures. This is our stability. This is where our faith is at. Proverbs 13 and it's like Proverbs 3 and 14. For the merchandise, actually I'm going to start with verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding, for the merchandise of it is better than merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. So yeah, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is more valuable than gold and silver. Right? It's more valuable than anything on this earth. Right? Because this is the only thing that's going to save you. Having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. But the only ones that have this, all right, is the elect. But anyways, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, and Shalom.